Welcome to the Glam Life Podcast, where we empower and inspire beauty professionals to take their careers to the next level. Your host, Victoria, is a certified business coach with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry, helping countless beauty professionals start and grow successful businesses. Now she's sharing her knowledge and expertise with you. Whether you're just starting out in the beauty industry or looking to take your business to new heights, this podcast is for you, covering topics like community, management, branding, and much more. So join us on this journey to build the beauty business of your dreams.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Glam Life Podcast. I am your host, Victoria Rocca. If you know me from Instagram, you know me as victoria.glam. I own the Microblading Institute. I own Brow Sister PMU products. I am a business coach, a beauty business coach over at Pretty Rich Bosses. And I am also the host of the Glam Life Podcast, where I talk to you about all things beauty business related. I often yell at you, like last week, about not doing the things that I tell you repeatedly to do. But today, one of those things that I'm going to talk to you about specifically is it's very niche, honestly. So if you sell services, if your business is on Instagram or on TikTok, I'm talking to you today, and I'm talking about the next step after content marketing. So you hear me say this, perpetually. I am always telling you, show up, be consistent, show up, be consistent. The harvest will come, the harvest will come, the harvest will come. And that's true. But sometimes you don't want to be a farmer. Sometimes you want to be a hunter. So if you want to go out there and just hunt for dinner that you could have tonight instead of waiting 6 months for your crops to mature, how are you going to do that? Well, I'll tell you, it's selling through the DM. So when I say selling through the DM, this could be on any platform. Honestly, you could even do this on Facebook if you wanted to. Just most people are not on Facebook anymore. They have one to post pictures of their kids and keep up with what their mom is doing and share recipes, but that's about it. Sorry if you're a Facebook lover. But everybody, 100 million Americans unfiltered are over on TikTok right now, and that's why it's the biggest social media platform, or soon to be. And then the rest of us, especially millennials, we're over there on Instagram. We've been on Instagram, and we've built communities in these places, right? There are people that you talk to all the time over in these places. There are people whose content you want to see all the time over in these places. But I think during the pandemic specifically, there were a lot of us meeting, and this is how we were communicating, aside from Zoom. People that you met online, you would strike up a conversation with. And a lot of times this was through DMs, right? And now some of those people I have met in person, through going to conferences and finally meeting each other. And, they live halfway around the world. Like my friend Alice Kingdom, I met her on the internet first. And Katie Schofield as well. They're both from the UK. I'd have never met them otherwise. But I have met them and hang out with them. And I'm going to see them again this fall. We have a date planned. We're going on a little trip, and we're doing the conference, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Same with my friend Veronica Fleiser out in the Czech Republic. I'd have never met her, but now I meet her. I see her, and I hang out with her, and I talk to her, and we do lives together, and we see each other at trade shows, and we make plans together. So I think building that community online has been a part of beauty society and business in general for a few years now. So capitalizing on that and making that something that you do not just with colleagues or people who live very far away from you, but also with people who maybe you've just never met, who are potential clients or customers, is also an amazing way for you to build a community around your business. So selling through Instagram can be an effective way to build relationships with potential clients and offer them personalized services, but just presenting them with the content is not enough. Then you're waiting for the rule of 7 to kick in, and even then they still might have questions and want to have a conversation, and that's fine. You can do that. But sometimes maybe you just start the conversation first, right? So maybe we're messaging with people and we're getting to know them and we're building a really strong sense of relationship, and then that makes it much faster for them to feel comfortable inquiring about services, or for you to actually say, oh, you have that problem? I can help you with that problem. Right? And they already know what you do because they follow you on socials. They already know all of that. This method of selling can be particularly useful in the beauty industry because in the beauty industry, personalization is really key, right? Like, everybody has their preferred hairstylist. Everybody's a freaking hairstylist. Everybody knows a hairstylist. Everybody's related to a hairstylist. But none of them are hungry, right? Because they all have their clients. Those clients will move with them to any salon. They love them. It's a deeply personal experience because we spend 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours at the hair salon. And if you're an extension girly, much, much longer. If you're a blonding girly or doing a corrective, much, much longer. And you see each other every couple of weeks for a couple hours. So you have to actually really like the person. You have to actually build some kind of relationship together, right? But that's in person. That's in person. How do you get the person in your chair? And for us PMU girlies, we don't see our clients every single week or even every single month. No. PMU girlies, we have to get a new ass in the bed every single day for a full year, maybe 18 months if you want to have some to spare, because people drop off, people get pregnant, people move, people, whatever. So yeah, if you want to be fully booked out, you need minimum 300, I would say, clients, right? To be fully booked out, because, barring weekends and shit, let's say it's about 300 days a year that you're going to be working, you need a new ass in the chair, because our clients don't come back every single week. Our clients come back, they come today, they come in 8 weeks, 10 weeks, and then they come again next year. So how are you going to get these asses in the chair? That many asses? That's a lot of ass. You are on an ass quest. And what's the plan? Well, I would say the plan is to put out content that attracts your ideal client. I know you're so tired of me talking about Brittany, but let's put out content that attracts Brittany. Now what are we going to do? We're going to talk to her. That's it. That's the advice. We're going to talk to her. You're going to relate and build an actual relationship, not in a fake way, not in a phony way. I want you to actually have personal conversations with people. It's called social media. Remember that? It's called social media. It's not called scroll until your fingers fall off media. It's called social media. So that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to be social on social media. I want you to build relationships. And by building relationships with potential clients, potential customers, you're also creating a sense of trust and connection that will make them more likely to want to do business with you or to want to refer business to you. You've seen this on Facebook, right? Somebody goes into a group and they say, hey guys, I'm new to town, or, my girl who usually does my lashes is fully booked and I have whatever. Who do we go to? And people will say, you've got to go to my friend Victoria. And they'll tag the girl. You've got to go to my friend. I don't think we've ever met. Friend. But she's riding hard for you, right? She's like, no, you got to go to Victoria. Victoria's the only choice. That is because I have built a relationship with someone. We are internet friends. You're the best friend in my head. You watch my story every day. You basically hang out with me all day, every day. You see my content. So you see my before and afters. You see my client testimonials. You see how much I enjoy and love my job every single day because I keep showing up. And I guess you like what you see. I think to one girl told me she blocked me because it was so fake. So fake. Girl, I'm so glad you blocked me. I'm so glad you blocked me because I would hate to have that negative energy around me all the time. I don't need anyone hate watching me. I'm sure there are people who hate watch me, but it doesn't matter. I hope that I reach the audiences who actually connect with me and who I can serve properly, And I can't take it personally that this one girl said that, oh, I blocked you. I didn't like. Great. I'm glad you blocked me because you found out early on that I wasn't the vibe that you're looking for. And so you're saving me many, many headaches from us trying to fit a circle into a square and try to work together when we are not right for one another. It's like a really bad toxic relationship. Like you want to make it work, but it just always ends in an argument. Like you always ruin your night out, right? Because you're not meant to be together. So yeah, I think that building this relationship with someone who really vibes with you is going to bring them to your brow bed, your lash bed much faster. And also it's going to instill that sense of referrals. That's my friend. That's my friend. You've got to go to my friend. And they trust you, so they'll go to bat for you. They will refer you to people that they love and know in real life, right? That connection makes them more likely to do business with you. Utilizing the DM feature on Instagram is a great way to start and foster those relationships. I say this all the time. Making the most of this, you would start by figuring out your Brittany, right? Reach out to them and just taking time to research what their actual issues are. They're going to tell you at some point. Something that's bothering them or something that you can help. And if you have the Band-Aid for that, if you have the solution for that, great. They already trust you. It's not going to feel like a pitch. It'll feel very organic and very genuine, which likely it will be, because let me tell you something. When you're having conversations, when she swipes up on a story and makes a comment, and then you guys have a short little conversation about some kind of anecdote or whatever, it's not just making you endearing to her. Nay. You wind up thinking of them as friends too, which is the best. That's the sweet spot. When your clients are your buddies, it's way easier to turn a client into a friend than a friend into a client. I said what I said. It is way easier to turn a client into a friend than a friend into a client. And that's simply the truth. I would say another effective approach to selling your services, specifically through DMs, would be customizing your offer. So as you're getting to know someone, like I said, and they're telling you like what the issue actually is, it might be like an almost fit kind of thing, but it's okay to toggle things around and, instead of offering just a generic service, but tailoring this specific service to their specific needs, right? Or their preferences. So if they want to do a consultation first, well, consultation is actually included in the browse service. Yeah, but I want time to think about it. Well, that actually tells me that maybe they don't fully trust me. But also, if that's just if they have like generalized anxiety disorder, or maybe they're just very nervous in general, once bitten, twice shy, maybe they've already had brows removed kind of thing. Sure, I'm happy to actually create something that doesn't exist, this consultation booking for like 15 minutes for free, because I believe that strongly in the service. I'm happy to do that, to cater to this one specific client and really customizing my schedule just for her, because she's my friend, right? And it feels very much on her end like white glove service. Well, I understand that this isn't something that you usually do, and that's why I couldn't find it on your service menu to book just a consultation. But I appreciate you customizing this just for me, because we're friends, right? And that goes kind of a long way too, by the way. That goes a long way to building a long-lasting relationship. So you don't want somebody who's going to come to you this year and then go somewhere next year and then probably go somewhere the following year. Nay. I want to keep you, until I'm 40, which is when I plan to retire. We'll see if I regret saying that out loud. But yeah, I'm thinking 5 years. I'm hoping to stop doing services. But that's a conversation for another day. That's another podcast, talking about goal forecasting and all the rest, retirement options. I should have my friend Amanda Banks come on and talk to us about realistic retirement. Maybe that's another podcast we could do. So anyway, just selling services through Instagram DMs honestly is an effective way to build relationships with potential clients, to offer them services, but also personalize them and really kind of build relationships, standing out from other people who maybe are a little bit more rigid or who want to appear more corporate by having not necessarily lax policies, but simply flexibility in the way that you cater to each client. Really feels like an elevated white glove service. Being professional and respectful in your interactions while also maintaining true to yourself and being very authentic does the same thing. And I think that is going to go a very long way in client relationships for you. I hope this was helpful to you. That's all that I've got for you today on the Glam Life podcast. I hope this was informative and you picked out some things that you could be very actionable with. And be sure to tune in next week, where we'll be talking about, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to surprise you. But if you want to continue this conversation, you can DM me anytime you'd like over on Instagram. I am victoria.glam, and I hope to hear from you. See you next week.